How will CenterPoint Energy communicate outages and restoration with the public? You know, we have last year we did a demonstration of this, but currently we have on our website what's called an outage tracker. And you can go on a day like today, if your power is out, you can go on the website and check and see all the outages, and I don't know if you can see it that well, there's these little triangles, but you can kind of hover over the triangle in the area where you were at. You can see if we know about your power being out of service, and it gives you a little bit of information about estimated time to restore power. So usually we have a general estimate based on the conditions of the day, and once we get a crew out there, they'll update that estimate on how long it's going to take. So it's a really good piece of information. When we get into a hurricane or after a hurricane, it looks a little bit different. What we try and then do is provide a more overall, higher level look. It's hard to really capture each and every local outage on that internet map. So you'll see color-coded segments on there. You can overlay a zip code map and it'll show you for your area what the estimated restoration time in that area will be. Because we'll have crews in the area and they'll be working to restore power. We monitor the progress and we'll try and keep up with estimates, and that it'll be updated periodically on the website. One quick item you see under legend, it says estimated days to restore power to approximately 80% of customers in each color. What that means is we're in that area, it may be some heavy damage, we'll get all the pole lines back up, we'll get most of the power back on. There may be a few instances where there is that isolated case because a transformer needs to be replaced or there's some really specific localized damage. So it's not always 100%, but you're looking at the majority of the people in that area are going to be back on. And again, I kind of mentioned a little bit before about smart meters. And once we have full deployment, we're at a little over 50% deployment on our smart meters right now. In the future, the meter will be able to tell us whether you have power or not. If you have power, then that meter is going to be powered up and it's going to be sending us a signal. If you don't have power, then we're not going to get that signal and we will know. Also, in the future, after full deployment, you'll be able to get some things like text messages, or you may be able to go onto a website remotely to see if you have power or not. The storm's over. What should you do to stay safe and prepare for power restoration? Post-storm, if your lights are out, and I know that first one says, it may sound a little harsh, but it says, please do not call us to report lights out. We really need the lines open for emergencies and down power lines. Believe me, the first couple days after a hurricane, we're going to know there's a lot of power that's out, and it's really going to be by circuits and in large chunks, and that's a lot of our effort is going to be placed on that. We really need the phone lines open to have people calling in about down power lines, because those are unsafe conditions. We do not want to have anybody getting hurt from a down power line. Our corporate communications department is real good at working with the media and getting word out to them when it's a good time to start calling in. It's when we have gotten a lot of the service restored, and we want to know about those isolated cases, and we'll get the word out through the media. If you don't have power, please call us. And like I said, down the road, after we get full implementation of the smart meters, we'll be able to know without you having to call us. And I'll mention it again, it's always a good idea to unplug major appliances and turn your AC off if you don't have power, because when we start restoring power, there may be those circuit operations, or you may have power go on and off a little bit until we get all the lines repaired. And again, we don't want to have any motors burn up on any of your equipment. A couple other tips: keep a small lamp plugged in and turned on so you'll know when power is restored. You know, if it's all dark in the house. Of course, if you're gone, you don't want to come back and have all your lights on and using unneeded electricity. But you know, we have a lot of times people leave a outside light on or something like this, and they can tell just by driving by, or their neighbors being able to let them know if their power's back on. Once your electric service is restored, plug in your appliances first. And then turn on your air conditioner. Post-storm, if evacuated, are your lights on? Again, it's going to be hard for us to respond to that in the first few days. A couple good tips on trying to figure out if you've evacuated, if your lights are on. call your answering machine, see if it picks up. Some of your neighbors may still be around. Monitor the news. And again, the CenterPoint Energy website has the outage tracker. And also, you know, it was mentioned earlier about Facebook. I think it was the National Weather Service. But, you know, we will start using Twitter and Facebook. We'll start using the social media sites to be able to communicate and get information to everybody. Important item after a storm. If you ever see a down power line, stay away from the line. If it is a line that's in water, do not step in the water. The water conducts electricity. That'll provide you a shock. If you see a power line laying on a fence, even if it's a wood fence, especially if it's a metal fence, don't touch the fence. If you see it in trees, don't go touch the tree. There was a demonstration out here earlier that showed that even a tree limb can conduct electricity. A couple of quick items. If water has risen above your electrical outlets, contact a licensed electrician. Any appliances or electronic equipment that may have been submerged, they're going to have to dry out, and it might be best to have them checked out by a qualified repair person. Tree debris, again, one of our major causes of outages is trees. After Ike, less than 1% of our poles went down. We have over 1.4 million poles, but what the biggest culprit in even knocking the poles down or the lines down were trees. We do have a tree trimming program, and this can be a very sensitive subject with people, especially on a nice weather day like today, because they don't want their trees trimmed, but we really try and do keep our easements cleared to help out with this instance. Now, in a storm, what we have is a lot of times is trees that are outside our easement in somebody's yard falling down and taking out our line. And what we do is, it's really, I'd say it's not our tree. We will cut and clear that tree to get off the power line so we can get it back up, but it's still the responsibility of whoever tree that is in that yard. So we won't be a big tree removal company. Real quick about portable generators. Very popular. You know, there's a lot of people here demonstrating them, and it is a good idea. You know, even we have promote a natural gas fired backup generator, but a couple real important safety tips. One is they really need to be installed or hooked up or have it set up to where, you know, if you plug it in by a licensed electrician that knows what they're doing. A big safety concern and issue we have is if they're improperly connected to your house, it provides a backfeed into our system, and then that puts our linemen at risk to get an electrocution and even have a fatality. And we really want to keep our people safe. The other item, if it's not done correctly, it can cause problems with your electrical system. And the other very important item is never place one in an unventilated area or your garage, because they do emit carbon monoxide, and that's a dangerous situation for you. Again, a little bit of information about the generators, gas backup. A couple real quick gas safety tips, not only on a hurricane, but if you ever smell gas, leave the area immediately and call us. Never turn lights on, strike a match, smoke, use a cell phone if you ever think there's a smell of gas. And do not attempt to turn natural gas on or off. If anything was flooded, your home or business, call a licensed plumber or appliance technician to inspect all the piping beforehand. Check outdoor appliances also. And if you do any digging, there is an 811 number to call to make sure that, that you do not hit a gas or electric line. Just our website has a whole lot of information on it. If you just remember CenterPointEnergy.com, you can get in all the different applications.
CenterPoint Energy, always there.